Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I made a comment in one of my previous videos earlier in the week about Simon Jordan, saying that perhaps he's turned over a new leaf and he's less sycophantic towards Frank Warren and so on and so forth. I'm proven wrong, sadly, because today there was a TalkSport video on YouTube entitled Simon Jordan locks horns in inverted commas. No, not inverted commas, block capitals, no less. With Frank Warren over Tyson Fury, and that Adam Catterall ambush. That is not only in inverted commas, but in block capitals as well. So what does this dramatic headline reveal? It reveals that not Adam Catterall, Simon Jordan had Warren on the show and on his little call-in thing, and just tippy-toed around him, basically. Let's go through a few things, okay? Warren has banned TalkSport, certain individuals from TalkSport anyway. You're not allowed to come to our press conference or whatever it was. I don't follow these things religiously, but I read that in several places, and several people have mentioned it. You would never have believed it on the evidence of this, because that was barely mentioned. In fact, at one point, Jordan said to Warren, "Well, you come on the show. You're very good at this. You don't shy away. You don't run away. Hence the reason you're here now." And blah blah blah. What he should have been saying was, "What the hell are you even ban us for?" Now he may have done this in the past, because I don't listen to TalkSport other than the clips that are on YouTube. But he should have said, "Well, hang on a minute. You're saying that you'll talk to anyone, but you banned us." That's the first point. The second point is that at no point did anyone have the bottle to say, why did Fury duck Usyk? In fact, none of them believed to believe it, or at least they weren't admitting that they believed it, because Jordan at one point said that was a narrative, that question was being asked, that was the narrative, but at no point, and it's now been debunked. No, it hasn't been debunked at all. Fury ducked Usyk. How did he duck him? Okay, Warren keeps mentioning that Usyk was, first of all, he was injured, which I believe was actually the case at one point in the back end of last year, 2022. But also this skills challenge signing that Usyk supposedly made, which, according to Warren, vetoed any chance of signing to fight Fury. There was absolutely no mention of the fact that Fury constantly moved the goalposts regarding conditions for the fight. 40%. No, actually, you can have 30%. It's signed by this time. All this crap that he comes out with. Exactly the same thing that he did with Joshua at the back end of 2022. You've got to sign it by 5 o'clock on was it November the 7th? This is on his Netflix show, by the way, which Adam Catterall actually mentioned during that little, when he was ambushed. Warren, of course, denies the fact that he ambushed him. And Fury said, no. Warren and the rest were saying, no, come on, give him a bit more time. And Fury was like, no, it's got to be 5 o'clock today, like a typical control freak, or someone who doesn't actually want the fight, was really just, what do they call it, clout chasing, and who only agreed to fight Joshua anyway, not just under great stipulation, but also the fact that Joshua was coming off having the crap beaten out of him for a second time by Usyk, and clearly, he'd had the meltdown in the ring. If I was Joshua's manager at the time, I would have said, "Don't go anywhere near Fury at the moment. You've got to rebuild now. Forget about Fury for the foreseeable future." And for all I know, Hearn and his team may have said that. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'd have swerved Fury at that point, because Joshua was in no fit state to go in with Fury. Although, having seen Fury perform like he did against Ngannou, you never know, do you? Because if that had been Joshua in there instead of Ngannou, he'd just smashed the fuck out of him. But that's by the by, right? The point is that when it comes to Usyk and Fury, the goalposts were moved so many times by Fury. Well, Fury himself, judging by his little video releases that he was doing, his little, I don't know what they were they on Twitter or stuck them on YouTube or TikTok, or he was constantly giving us updates, constantly moving the goalposts. And Usyk, likewise, was putting his own little videos out saying, "I accept 30%. It doesn't make any sense to say that Fury did not duck Usyk. Simon Jordan didn't mention any of that, and neither did the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, the bloke who was sitting in the he was kind of trying to mediate it. He was sitting in the middle. He had Spencer Oliver on one side, who said absolutely nothing in the video I saw. Jordan on the other, who tippy-toed around Warren, and this fella in the middle, older fella. Who the hell was it? I can't even remember his bloody name. Anyway, basically Warren was allowed to get away with it again. Okay, and Warren, of course, denied everything. I didn't ambush him. I'm always up for a debate. I never ban anyone. Perish the thought. And this whole thing was as damp a squib as the headline of the video was dramatic and clickbaity. So I don't know if you saw this thing, but yeah, I have to reel back my my newfound semi-respect that I had a few days ago for Simon Jordan and for TalkSport. I don't like I say. I mean, I'm sure they say a lot of things that I'm not aware of because I don't watch TalkSport. I don't listen to it. But when I watch these videos on YouTube, I thought perhaps a page was being turned. It proved not to be the case, I'm sad to say. When Warren hit those airwaves, Jordan, if he had any bottle about him, should have gone in mob-handed. I mean, absolute, all guns blazing, all flags flying, and pulled him up. But he did nothing of the sort. He said it was, no, we know you like to debate. No, you've never ducked it, Frank. I make an exception for you, Frank. Yeah, at one point he was actually saying that. I make an exception for you. People don't like to debate, but I make an exception for you. Well, come on, man. I mean, what is this nonsense? Anyway. You tell me what you think of this, if you saw it. Or maybe you don't care. Maybe I shouldn't care that much, because after all it is just, chit-chat. But it's boxing related. And I made that previous video, so I wanted to give a quick update. But let me know what you think. And let me know. I mean, so I've had some people say, oh no, Fury never ducked Usyk. No. And pushing aside the fanboys, who are, generally speaking, you can't really converse with them because they're a bit too dim to converse with. If you are a serious boxing thinker and you have some, points of clarification you want to make because you think Fury didn't duck Usyk, let me know. I'll listen to it as long as it's sensible. But no, I've heard nothing from Frank Warren or Fury or any of that camp to make me feel that my initial reaction, my initial reading of how things unfolded was accurate. Namely, that Tyson Fury ducked Alexander Usyk, almost certainly because they wanted the cash grab against Ngannou. And as I've said before, I've never felt that Tyson Fury is scared of Usyk. I think he's scared of losing. And he most certainly wants to maximise his earnings because despite, in the past, the ludicrously stupid thing he said about not caring about money, the absolute polar opposite has been proven again and again, from the 26 or 27 quid, whatever it was, to watch that farce against Chisora, the warm lager fight, as Adam Catterall generously called it, right up to the Ngannou cash grab. I mean, it's the old line, if you gave Fury an enema, you could bury him in a matchbox. It's that old thing. Anyway, you let me know what you think. Comments below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the like button, and I'll catch you later. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.